Hello there. Today, we're looking at the AT-TE Walker for LEGO Star Wars. This is set number 75337 and comes with 1,082 pieces. Also comes with 3 battle droids and 5 clone troopers. One of the troopers is Commander Cody. Then you get 3 212th clone troopers and a 212th clone gunner. So there's some slight difference in the uniforms there between the troopers and the gunner. Also, as I mentioned, it comes with 3 battle droids, as well as the named Commander Cody. Nice set. Normally retails for $140, though for a while there you could find it for $110, either on clearance at Walmart or rollback at Walmart, or on lego.com for the Black Friday Christmas sale time. So I picked this up a while ago, but it's just been sitting around in my house. It has some nice play features, swivelable gun, movable walls, some interior where you can, place your clone troopers. Lets you also, looks like it builds a spider droid, has a lifting handle it looks like here. So looks like it'll be a fun build. The last build I did that was along these lines, or at least looked like it'd be along these lines, was the AT-ST Walker for the Empire, and I did not quite enjoy that as much as I had hoped. So I hope that is not the case with these, but I'll know for the future if it is. Does look like it's going to be a fun build. Looks like it'd be a nice play set. If that's more your interest, and of course, if you're a collector, it does build a nice AT-TE. Before we continue, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, that would really help me out. On with the video. So here we have the assembled AT-TE Walker. Comes with several droids, 3 battle droids, and I believe this is a spider droid, as well as 5 different clones, including Commander Cody. And of course, the AT-TE Walker, which is the main function of the set here. It does have some stickers, which you can see here on these large gray plates. And here and here, and there's a few more on the other side, as well as this round piece with the Republic symbol. Some of these stickers make sense from a design standpoint, right? You're not going to probably print these larger stickers here repeatedly. They're not going to have much use elsewhere. But this piece here really shouldn't be a sticker. I think that's a common enough piece for a lot of the Republic sets, Republic ships, that it being a sticker is a little disappointing. But I find stickers in general disappointing. So, I'm a little biased in that regard. We do have several droids. I have the battle droids attached to the spider droid here because my table doesn't really help them stand up. You do have articulable legs here that just kind of attach with those clip pieces. So you can, make some adjustments to how it stands or sits. You can make it taller, shorter. It's up to you really what you want to do with the positioning here, which is quite nice. Nice maneuverability. So you can make it stand like that if you really wanted to, or you can make it very flat. Does have just some nice little eye stalks, and then the antenna and back portion is very similar to the guns on the AT-TE, the smaller ones. But it's a nice little piece. It does have this clear piece here that does prevent it from kind of fully inverting. So you can kind of make it real low and flat, but it does stop it from getting all the way on the table. But you could very easily just pop that off if you wanted it to be even flatter, more pancake-like. But yeah, nice little droid. The droids in this really make me think this was part of the inspiration for the new clone versus battle droid pack, because you do get a few battle droids, but you also get a sort of larger version of that spider droid, although it may be a different droid. They do look visually similar, at least I think so. The battle droids are just the standard droid look here. So the battle droids are the pretty standard battle droid they've been using for a long time now. I think they're actually a pretty well done piece, to be honest. You do get a blaster with them for each of them, same blaster. And there's nothing really special about them. They're just a nice, solid set of battle droids. You do get 3 of those, as well as the spider droid. And then you get some clones as well. The clones, I think, are pretty nice. You do get these larger, or longer blasters, I should say, that are just made from a longer blaster. And then, I don't know what that piece is called, but that extra separate piece that just sockets onto the end there. These are quite nice blasters, nice touch over just the standard blaster. The clones themselves, I think, are fine. They, of course, have very similar faces, but they do have lots of details, including leg printing, some nice orange markers for the 212th, some nice back detail, of course, only single-facing heads as opposed to the dual-printed heads. But I think most of us are going to be using them with the helmets, which I think is fine. The helmets look good, I think. They do have these little holes here on the helmet, but they do come with extra visors. So I didn't take them out, but you have some extra head attachment pieces that you could put on there if you so wanted. And I think that's a-okay. You do get a duplicate of that other clone, of this clone with the longer blaster. And then you get one with the shorter blaster. Now, I think the clones themselves, the suits are identical. At least I'm not really picking up much difference here, though I am not as knowledgeable about the Lego clone troopers, but I do think these 3 troopers are the same. Now, there is a difference between those previous ones and Commander Cody, which you can see in that larger orange. Let me grab my other ones. We can get more of a side-by-side comparison. And just here for a quick side-by-side comparison, we do have some differences there on the leg printing and the torso printing and the helmet between Commander Cody and the standard clone trooper. These two have similar guns. Of course, 2 of the other ones have the other blaster, and on the back printing as well. And Commander Cody, of course, has the orange arms, but if you wanted a side-by-side comparison, here it is for the back view. And again, here for the front view. And with Commander Cody, I did put on one of the visors, but you don't have to. So here's that front comparison without the blaster attached. I'm not sure the best way to show this, but here we go. I did attach the visor to Commander Cody, but here's his helmet without that. He does have a little extra orange markings here on the curve of the blaster. I'm not sure how, sorry, not the blaster. He does have a few extra orange markings here on the front curve of his helmet, as well as a very different face print with some extra gray and a longer nose ridge that extends down onto that curve. He has a little bit more gray on his helmet. I think he's a very nice minifigure. I can see what they're going for with those visors, with the helmet holes. I don't think the helmet holes are really that egregious. I don't think they look as good as they would without them, but I think it's also a small enough portion of the helmet that I don't find it a game changer for me. Of course, you may feel different, and if you do, please let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments below. And then we do have one additional different clone trooper here, who is supposed to be the gunner for that main gun there on the ATTE. And now he has a very different print. There's basically no orange on him, just a pretty standard looking clone trooper, some black armor print on his torso, but none of that distinctive orange that we see on the other 4 clone troopers. I think he's also a nice sculpt, a nice way of him standing out from the others, kind of indicating, he's got a different role than those other clone troopers, which are more interchangeable. So those were our clone troopers that come in the set. Now on to the main piece of the set. I'll just slide these clones a little off to the side there. So it is a rather large build, though this one didn't surprise me on its sizing. It pretty closely matches the feeling I got for it from the box. Now, it does have some maneuverable parts. So you can, for instance, open up these, and I'll adjust this so you can see inside in a moment. And you can do the same on the back as well on both sides there. So you can fully open the interior, and these just separate. They do attach by these notched bending pieces, but the other side is just these clips. So it looks like when it's put together that it's one piece, but it's not really attached in such a way that it's hard to open. And for convenience, you can actually lower this so it's further down and kind of more in line there with that bottom section for maximal openness here on the back. This is about as far up as this piece will go, but it does let you get multiple clones in here. So if you've bought some of those clone battle packs, you could definitely put them in here. There's plenty of seating. So let me see if I can just slide that out real quick. That also attaches by those notched pieces, just to really give you a nice view. So you have a gunner seat, and then you could put 4 more clones in there, or Obi-Wan or Anakin, whoever you really want. So for the front piece, to access the cockpit of this ATTE, you actually can just slide this piece out. Now it's a little stiff, but if you grab more down here, it slides out a little easier because the grooves it attaches through are here. So if you grab towards the top, you may just pop this front piece off. I did that when trying to take this off because I forgot where the bend point was. So you do have these 2 guns here on the top and 2 more here on the bottom. Let's see if I can't get you a better view there. So you have this sort of thing. And then this cockpit portion just slides right in to those grooves there. And then lines up with that crossbar piece right there. So it kind of stays, so you don't have to worry about it sliding out. So you can easily bend those out of the way and then just put a clone in there. And now you have a pilot for your ATTE. It does help if you raise his arms a little bit, as they may get caught there on some of the other pieces in there. But you can then, once you figure out where those are, you can just pull it back out and adjust so it looks like he is driving the ATTE there. So we slide him in there, and then you have it with the window there. I apologize for the lighting there. I'm not... So there you go. You can kind of see him in there. Apologies for the poor camera angle there. My camera is not the best for that sort of viewing. And then, of course, you do have the interior of this. So I'm going to just slide this piece off like I did the other one. It's a little more difficult with that turret there, just to give you a better view here. So you could get another 2 clones in this front section as well. Or not. It depends entirely on what you're interested in setting up, of course. And then these pieces can just fold back in, giving you that ATTE shape. We do have some nice large pieces here for this back section, so that when you do have it on the table, it does look fairly well enclosed. Now, it's not a perfect enclosure. At least I don't think it's a perfect enclosure, but I think it's quite good, especially for a Lego set. I mean, it's not a 10,000 piece set or a 5,000 piece set. Rotate. Now, it doesn't rotate freely, right? So it's going to go, it's got a notched piece here. That's not going to help you see it. It has a notched piece that helps keep it in place, so it's not going to just swing freely when you're using it, but it does mean it doesn't swing as easily as it might without that notched section. It does also have, actually I will take this off just to show here, it does have 2 of the stud launchers here on either side. Now I'm not going to demonstrate these as we've all seen them before, and I keep finding Legos on my floor by stepping on them. So we will not be demonstrating those today, but they do work just like those standard stud shooters you've seen previously on other sets. And the gun does have the ability to bend here. Obviously won't be able to bend that far down, but it can bend up some as well. And it just attaches on. It does have a printed computer piece here for the gunner, and he just slides right in to, oops, a little too far forward there. He just slides right into the top there very easily, no studs to hold him in place. So we'll just slide this back together real quick. So there we have it. All the clones tucked away safely inside their nice war machine. So then leg-wise, we do have a good amount of movement. So you can even see there that this middle leg actually has a ton of movement on that joint. So you could, you can see it's standing, it's still flat there. The legs are the same across either side. You get a very little bit of motion here on the front and back leg. Then you do have this nice disc section you build to hide the joints there, and I think it works quite well, similar to this here and this part here, to kind of not only give the appearance of armor, but also to hide the actual Lego joint as well. This middle leg does have a lot more motion, even in the smaller joint here. It's got plenty of motion, whereas these front and back legs do not. I think it's okay if you're going to have it on the table, and as play features, I think it's okay. It does give a lot of posability. Make mention of that in case it is something you're concerned about. Additionally, it does have this piece here, which slides up. See if I can't give you a better view here. So it slides in and just kind of sits there. It's not really noticeable from the outside, but you can just pick it up by that quite easily. So if you do need to move it, it's very easy to pick up. Now, one thing I don't know, because I don't have the other set for it, is I don't know how well this would attach to a Republic gunship. I think we can all remember that scene in the movies where, or maybe it's the Clone Wars TV show, where they're dropping these ATTE walkers onto the battlefield using the Republic gunships. Now, this may attach, it may not. I couldn't say. That'd be really cool if it did, but I don't know if they built that Republic gunship with that compatibility in mind. If it did attach, I would imagine it would be by this lever portion here. However, if you happen to have a Republic gunship, do let me know in the comments below if there is an attachment point for something to grab onto that. That'd be really cool to know. I might make it more worthwhile to pick up that Republic gunship.